Hey YouTube. You all know who I am. You know, I'm Heather. If you don't know me, my name is Heather. I am gonna be 15 years old in less than a month. I'm a very lonely person. I know it may not seem like it because I'm always around people, but that doesn't mean those people care about me. That doesn't mean that those people are my friends. That doesn't mean that I'm actually there. You may be wondering why my room looks so empty. I've actually never recorded in this room before. This is my room at my dad's house. Um, we are actually getting ready to paint this room and get me a new bed. But I took down all my posters to get rid of most of them, and I got a new desk. So, if you were wondering why it looks so empty in here, there you go. I I don't know who I am, and I don't know who I'll be in the next 5 years. Um, I'm a very odd person, a very weird person. And there's a lot I have to explain to a lot of you, and even to people that may not know me yet. Um, I will say that if you leave me, that's totally okay. If you don't like me after this video, it's perfectly fine. I'll find the right people at the right time, or maybe at the wrong time. I'll never know. I'm a very shy person, I guess you could say. Um, I self-diagnosed myself with Tourette's syndrome. I haven't actually gone to a doctor for it because I don't want to tell my mom, because she's probably just gonna say, oh, well, you've been through this and through that, you can't just self-diagnose yourself. And I mean, yeah, I can't. I really can't. But when I'm in the middle of class and saying random things that don't apply to anything that we're learning, it's kind of obvious. And the weird movements, the weird gestures, the weird, um, just the weird everything, the weird sayings that I say, it just makes sense that it's Tourette's because I do it all the time, and I only really do it when I'm anxious and when I'm upset or depressed. My friends notice every time it happens, and they laugh at me because they never understand how to react with it. They know I self-diagnosed myself, but the only person that doesn't know is my mom, and I wish I could just tell her things, but it's a little hard to do that when she doesn't believe in me. She never has. Actually, she has. She used to believe in me a lot. She used to take my word for it, but now it's like she doesn't trust me. She doesn't she doesn't let me go out and do what I like to do. She doesn't let me go out with my friends. She doesn't, and it's because she doesn't trust me. She doesn't trust that I'm going to be safe. She doesn't trust that I'm going to get beat up again. She doesn't trust anything. And she doesn't like half of my friends, which is slim to none because I don't have that very many anymore, just because of the past people that have been in my life. See, I went through a lot of depression over the last summer. We had moved in the end of 2019 and beginning of 2021 or 2020. Um, I have lived in Thornton for almost. I've lived there for 2 years. Um, we moved there in February of 2020. Now it's 2022. Um, My stepdad wasn't the greatest. His kids they never really treated us right. Like, they love us, but at the start, when they first met us and when we first met them, we didn't get along. They didn't like us. But then I grew a bond with my brothers, and my sister grew a bond with our sisters. Owen and Mikey are my best friends, whether we live together or not. Mikey's 21. No, he's 22. And Owen is 18. Those two are my biggest inspiration. Owen is what taught me football. Mikey is what showed me the way. What I mean by the way is that he is a paramedic. He is a very good paramedic. He's in Aurora, Colorado, just the city. He's really good at what he does. He's amazing at what he does, and he's what inspired me to want to do firefighting. Like, I'm trying to get into firefighting 1 and 2 next year, and then junior year having firefighter 3 and 4, and then senior year paramedic. I want to go through the same motion that he did, except I have bigger resources and a bigger opportunity. But that's just if I get my head out of my ass. I've been ditching, I've been not caring, I've been wearing clothes that my mom absolutely hates. And I mean, yes, she doesn't like them, but do I care? No. Because I don't have to care who likes my clothes and who doesn't like my clothes. It's my clothes. I bought them with my money. Money that I've earned. Money that I got without even trying. It's not her decision anymore. I'm almost 15 years old. She still calls me a little girl. And I'm not a little girl anymore. I'm more mature than a little girl. Trust me, a little girl is the little girl upstairs. Like, literally. There is a 6 or 7-year-old little girl that lives upstairs from where I'm at. That is a little girl. The age of 10 and under is a little girl. 11 and older, you're not so much a little girl anymore. You're getting to know the world. You're getting to know the people in the world. You're getting to know everything that you can do, everything that you can't do, things that you have access to, things that you don't have access to. And I mean, we don't have an access to a lot of things in our lives. We don't have an access to a lot. I still don't have an access to a lot, but there's a lot that I do because I go behind my mom's back. But without going behind my mom's back, I have nothing. I don't have freedom. If I don't go behind my mom's back, it's like I'm in prison because I'm locked up in a room with no friends, just my phone, my computer, my homework, my radio. That's it. I have no friends when I'm locked up. I have no friends when it feels like I'm in a prison, when I follow the rules. But when I don't follow the rules, it's like I have freedom all by myself without asking for it. See, I've been through a lot. No, it may not seem like it, but I have. 8 years ago, Christmas Eve, I lost my best friend. My best friend being my grandpa on my mom's side. He died in 2013. And then my grandma died in 2014. My grandpa died on Christmas Eve. Christmas Eve night. In his sleep. So it was painless. He wasn't in a lot of pain when he died. It was heartbreaking to hear that my best friend was gone. And I didn't really know what that felt like until I was 12. Because when I was 11, I still didn't really understand. And maybe I still don't understand. I don't like the thought of death. I hate losing people to death. I've lost a lot of people to death in my life, and it's hard to keep going, knowing that they're gone, knowing that you don't have them anymore. This last Christmas, every year it's been hard. Since my grandpa died, it's been really hard. And now I hate Christmas all over again. I was starting to like it and finally accept my grandpa's death. But now I just hate it. I hate Christmas. I hate waking up Christmas Eve, and I hate waking up on Christmas Day knowing that my grandpa's gone. Knowing that this last Christmas Eve, my mom's sister's dad died. The reason why I said my mom's dad, or my mom's sister's dad, is because Mindy isn't really my mom's sister. Mindy is just my mom's built-in sister that is actually her best friend. And I have a lot of people who are like that too. But I wasn't super close with him. But it still just... It reminded me of what happened 8 years ago. It's a struggle. And it's hard to talk about it sometimes. I'm making this video because my friend was talking to me and I told her I was hiding stuff from her. And I'm hiding stuff from a lot of people. And I feel like I shouldn't do that anymore. I feel like people deserve to know who I am, and I feel like people deserve to just see me for me. And if you don't like it, I don't care. I don't care if you don't like me. You don't like me? Leave. Like, you can just stop this video right now and leave instead of hearing the rest of my story. But if you want to leave at the end, after hearing everything that I've been through, go for it. That just shows me that you're not a true friend. And that you won't truly be here for me. You know? My grandpa is always with me. That's him right there. His name is Carl May. He was a good person. He was a funny guy. He was special to all of us. And he still is. But at least he's not in pain anymore. The night that he died, the week before that, he had gone in because he had, he was really sick. It wasn't COVID. He was just really sick. And then a couple of days later, he had caught COVID in the hospital. And Mindy went home the day before he caught COVID. And Christmas Eve night, he was just in so much pain. Pain meds weren't helping. Nothing was helping. He was suffering. was in a lot of pain, and he had told the nurses to take him off of life support. So they called Mindy to get her approval. She called my mom on their way to the hospital, and she said yes. And I know that's probably, you guys probably think that's a messed up thing to do, but she only did it because she didn't want to see him suffer anymore. She didn't want to see him go through all this pain. She just wanted him to feel better. That night we went to my mom's boyfriend's parents' house, and Mindy's boyfriend Joe called Nate, told him what happened. We didn't know what was going on, but we pulled up to his parents' house, and we didn't get out of the car. And so I asked, why aren't we getting out of the car? My mom turned around and grabbed my hand, started crying. I asked her if she was okay. She said no. And then told me that he has to be taken off of life support. I broke. Like, I completely broke. I lost it. I started crying. I wanted to go home. I didn't get to say goodbye. I didn't know that the last time I saw him would be the last time. I really wish I would have gone to see him while he was in the hospital, but I couldn't because we were in Morrison. I didn't get to say goodbye. And 8 years ago, when my other grandpa died, I didn't get to say goodbye to him either. I never got to say goodbye. And that's what hurt me the most. I called my dad, told him what happened. I couldn't tell how he felt about it because it was just so calm. I didn't know how to feel. All I did that night was cry, and that morning I woke up and I started crying because he's not there. And then a couple of weeks before that, he had gotten in a wreck, and it was pretty bad. He had started getting dementia. My grandma already has dementia, his wife, but he was starting to get it after they had gotten in a car crash. He wasn't allowed to drive anymore. Neither one of them were. The summer before any of this happened, the summer of 2021, worst summer I could ever have. we had adopted my best friend Dylan at the end of middle school, at the end of 8th grade, 2 months before school ended. And everything was fine, everything was going great, and then her brother's death date was rolling around and she just kind of lost it. She was self-harming, she was causing damage to the house. And then once she started, I started almost instantly after, because it was hurting me. That's when I just started showing my pain. And I mean, at the beginning, I will be honest, at the beginning I did self-harm for attention because she was the only person getting attention. She would call me and Carly princesses because we got what we wanted. We're not princesses. We never were, and we never will be. We are who we are, we get what we get, and that's just life. And at the beginning of everything, I would self-harm for attention because I had no one to talk to. I didn't have a therapist. I didn't want to tell Carly anything. My mom was dealing with Dylan, and I couldn't trust Nate. At that point, I couldn't really trust anyone. And one day, Dylan asked for my lighter to light the candle. I was like, bring it back right after you light the candle. She's like, okay, well. I was like, you promise? She was like, yep. And I'm like, okay. And my mom had called me. We were talking about what we wanted for lunch or for dinner, one of the two. And I was like, Dylan's taking forever to light a freaking candle. And my mom was like, what do you mean? And I'm like, well, Dylan asked me to borrow my lighter to light a candle. And she was like, oh, how long has she had? And I was like, she's been in there for 10 minutes lighting the candle. And then I get a text from Dylan on Instagram, and I'm like, huh? And she's like, Heather, I need you to come in here. I go into the bathroom while I'm on the phone with my mom, and there's blood everywhere. Up and down her arm, on the wall, on the floor, on the carpet, even on the door. What she had really done was she had taken her razor and she had burned it. She lit the candle so we couldn't smell it. But she had melted the razor to get a blade out of there. And she used it to hurt herself. That scared me. That traumatized me. I was like, whoa. I had never been through something like that before. So it was really scary. I have been in and out of 10, 11 hospitals and over 12 emergency rooms. I'm so used to being away from home that it's weird being at home at the same time as everything started. Like around this month, everything started because we had gotten Dylan in March. And we had her until, I think, May, somewhere around April, in between April and May. We had her for a couple of months. Wasn't that long. But in a span of the entire summer, which was 3 months, I was in and out of hospitals every 2 weeks. I was self-harming every 2 weeks and nearly every day. I have scars on my arms, like both of my arms. Can't really tell on this arm because they were all made with pencil. But I've got scars on this one. I've got scars on my ankle, my left ankle, and I have cut marks on my right thigh. I self-harmed a lot, and a lot of it was only temporary, but I have scars that'll stay there forever, and I have to live with them forever. When I was going through this and I would take my dog down, and I had scratches on my arms from myself, the kids around the neighborhood would ask me, "What are those scratches on your arm?" And I would have to say, "My cat scratched me." It hurts to have to lie about it. And I mean, it's little kids, they won't understand, so it's kind of pointless to even tell them what happened. I'm uncomfortable with wearing short sleeves, and I'm uncomfortable wearing shorts and dresses. It's really hard for me to actually feel comfortable in what I wear. I'm sure most of you that actually know me personally, you've seen me wearing these new tank tops. Yeah, it's very hard for me to feel comfortable in them. And I'm wearing shorts and a short sleeve right now, and I'm cold. But I'm uncomfortable. I don't like it. I don't like sitting here being able to look at my arm and then see, "Oh, right, remember that?" Yeah, I hate that. And this morning I was putting my socks on, and I looked at my left ankle and I was like, "I don't remember doing this." And then putting the shorts on this morning, I looked at my thigh because my shorts had gotten stuck, and look at that. I don't remember doing that. I hate having to remember. It's a pain to have to remember, and I've made it so far. I haven't self-harmed in almost 5 months, and I haven't been in a hospital for nearly 9 months. It's been a while. And it is amazing how I have made it this far. And it is amazing that I have survived myself. The last time I attempted suicide was 9 months ago at my last hospital. My last self-harm was October 28th of 2021, right before Halloween. So on Halloween, I did have cut marks on my arm, but I was able to hide them with a jacket so that nobody could see them. I wear makeup, obviously. I wear makeup because I hate my face. I hate my real beauty. It's not really beauty, it's more real beast. I always think I'm ugly. I don't like who I am. It's just kind of gross. Like, I have a double chin. And it's not even a double chin, it's a quadruple chin. Like, it's bad. My stomach is huge. My stomach can talk. Normally, if you're skinny, your stomach can't talk, and people call me skinny, and I'm like, I beg to differ. And they're like, why? And I'm like, 'cause my stomach can talk. They're like, skinny people can still do that. And I'm like, no, they really can't. You have to have a lot of fat there in order for your stomach to talk. And I do. And there are some days that I feel amazing in my skin. And then there's just other days where I just, nope, you look disgusting, cover it all up. So I do. I listen to my brain. I listen to my guts. And on those days that I don't feel comfortable, I listen to them saying that, oh, you don't look good, you need to cover it up. Oh, wear something longer, wear leggings, wear jeans. it's just a cycle. And my boyfriend, he's been good to me. I love him a lot. Like, he is amazing. He makes me happy. And yeah, I do a lot of things with him. I smoke weed and I vape. But it's not because of him. It's because, yeah, while vaping and smoking weed can higher your anxiety and depression, for some reason it does the complete opposite for me. It helps me. It helps me stay calm. It helps me keep me from shaking. Like, I'm not shaking right now. Like, this is literally, and it's because I have a vape here, but, shh. My parents don't like that I do any of the stuff that I do, but I mean, again, it's not really their choice. I make my own decisions. I ditch class because it's my decision, and because I don't care. I smoke because it's my decision, and it helps me. See, I make these decisions, but I have a reason behind it. I have a reason to make these decisions. People that just make these decisions mostly don't have a reason behind it. It is rare that you will find someone who is ditching class or smoking weed and they actually have a reason for it. I have a reason for both of those things. My reason for ditching class, I don't like the classes. The classes that I've been ditching I don't like. Don't want to do them. Don't like my grades. Don't like the teachers. I have multiple reasons for ditching classes. And the class that I've been ditching the most is core. Because it's 2 hours long. I'm not going to sit in a chair with the same 2 teachers with the same crappy kids for 2 hours. I've had to do that all year up until I started ditching. And I mean, I feel like even though I've been ditching, I still have a good grade in that class because I still do my work. I still get my work done. So it's amazing that I can still ditch, but yet still have a good grade in that class. It's amazing. I'm sorry this is a really long video. And I'm also sorry that if I am wasting your time, don't care. It is your decision if you want to watch this video. And if you don't want to watch this video, just leave. Even though it's pretty much over. What I have told in this video is not even half of what I've been through. Half of my story. It's not half of me. It is maybe that much of me. That much. And there's this much of me. You've heard this much. There's this much. So this much more. There's a lot. And I am willing to tell you. But that's only if you want to hear. And that's only if you want to listen. So, if you have made it to the end of this video, thank you for staying. Even though I probably wasted your time. Thank you for staying and listening. And I am sorry you had to watch me cry. It's a little weird to watch somebody cry over a YouTube video, but if you stay and you comment on this video, whether it's a hate or a good comment. Oh well, if it's a hate comment. I don't care what you have to say if you hate this video. I don't care what you have to say if you hate my life story. Even though this isn't even half of it, don't care if you hate it. Don't care if you leave. I don't care if you don't like it. Because it's not your decision and it's not your life story. So, if you're new here and this is the first video you're seeing, thank you. And please like and subscribe, and share, comment, whatever. Don't like, don't subscribe, doesn't matter, I don't care. But thank you for making it to the end of the video if you did. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you guys next time.